I'm Leslie.
And I'm Shelly.
And we are
Sisters in Ebert.
Welcome back for another Movie Monday.
Let's head to the stadium.
Not my stadium of choice, but Angels in the Outfield.
Angels in the Outfield.
And I put, it was 1994, and I put Sweet Nostalgia with the old Walt Disney Video logo coming up at the beginning of the movie, even on Disney Plus. And I was like, oh, yes.
It was just released on Disney Plus last year on the 30th anniversary. It took a long time, but yeah.
But that when that nostalgia hit me, I'm like, hook it to my veins. I need that to go, like to keep myself going in these.
But apparently there's like a 1951 or something,
really?
54.
So this was a remake.
Kind of. I think it's loosely.
Okay.
But nobody cares about that.
Holy movie stars in this.
There are a lot of stars.
I had no idea. I remember Danny Glover and Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
We got Matthew McConaughey playing
Adrian Brody.
Yeah, Adrian Brody. They're both playing. They're just like side baseball
characters.
Players. Like, not even major ones. Tony Danza.
Tony Danza.
Oh, me closer, Tony Danza.
So I'm guessing he was first the field goal kicking, or the garbage kicking field goal kicking Philadelphia phenomenon, and then went to baseball when his football career stopped.
But that movie was made after this, wasn't it? Oh, we had something fall.
Apparatus.
Our set is crumbling.
Dude, okay. So we filmed these at my house. I had a glass topple over and fall the other day when I was like not touching it. It was in the sink and it broke. Like there was no reason. I've been a little creeped out this week.
Maybe it's angels in the outfield.
They broke my glass.
Oh.
Angels, you owe me a new glass, please. Okay. So we open to baseballs flying through a blue sky with white clouds, very angelic.
Cheerful music, too.
Yes. Yeah. I forgot about the soundtrack. Yes. It took me right back. The ball heads from the sky to the ballpark as two boys ride by on bikes discussing heaven, as that is where Roger's mom and JP's dad are. It's like right off the bat.
I know, they hit you right in the field. And JP is younger. He's like those little.
He's like 4 or 5 years old.
Was he probably like 5 years?
Yeah,
5. And then Roger is Joseph Gordon-Levitt,
and he's like 8, maybe.
I think maybe like 10.
10. You think that old?
I think, yeah.
Okay.
He seemed a little more mature.
Okay. The boys are best friends and foster brothers. Roger believes that he won't be in his foster home with Maggie long and that something good will happen. He thinks that his dad's going to come get him and take him back. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dermot Mulroney.
Oh, yeah. He's the dad.
I had no idea.
He doesn't look anything like himself.
No. Good move on his part because that was a crappy character. So as the boys get home, Roger has a visitor, and it's his dad, and he asks if the Angels are still Roger's favorite team, even though they're in last place. And he makes some comments about how it's the nature of this family to like losers, and I'm like, yo, dude, maybe don't lay all this on your kid and the foster kid.
Not a fine specimen.
No. And then dad tells Roger that he's going up north and that he signed a release for his parental rights, but Roger doesn't understand fully. He says he does, but he doesn't. And
I didn't understand it as a kid.
No, I didn't either. And he asks when they'll be a family again, and Dad says, where I'm sitting when the Angels win the pennant. So Roger is like, okay, if the Angels win the pennant, we'll be
my
a family.
family will be back together. But really, he's saying they're never going to win it. We're never going to be a family. Right. Lose hope, kid. Yeah.
Which, what a crappy thing to do to your kid.
It's like... It's kind of worse that he stopped to tell him. Like, just leave. Just sign it and
go.
Well,
the thing of it is, too, is like, how long has this been going on? Because Roger doesn't seem like he's been in the system that long. So why did we make it this long without
Because his mom died.
But was it just recently that the mom died?
It seems sort of recent.
Okay, because I took it as it's been a few years.
I think it was his dad tried for a little bit and failed. Okay. So then this is the temporary foster starting situation.
Yeah, because Maggie, that's who they're staying with, and she's a really low, like short term, very temporary. Like it's
until
only
we find your foster
family. Yeah, exactly. But JP seems like he's been there a while.
Yeah. I guess they're having trouble placing him.
But he's the sweetest kid. How are they having trouble?
And usually people want younger kids too. You'd think he would go faster, but
Okay, so Roger goes to the tree outside the stadium with JP to watch the Angels blow a ton of plays as Coach George Knox, Danny Glover, fights the team, the whole team, and is thrown out of the game with a terrible temper. The players touch the pole for good luck after losing in the locker room, and they're like, "Why do we touch this after we lose? Like, it's for luck."
Yeah, they're really bad.
They're really bad. They're just like stumbling over each other. Everybody's tripping. Everybody's knocking into each other. Matthew McConaughey and somebody else like collided into each other.
They didn't call it, right?
No.
Yeah. Call it.
Yeah. Knox gives a lecture on. Well, they both said, "I got it," and the other
one of you's got to give.
Yep. Knox gives a lecture on team losing and that all will work on fundamentals the next day at 9 a.m. Fundamentals!
the one guy, he's like, the dumb guy.
So, Coach, I thought the game didn't start till 1.
The game doesn't start till 1. It doesn't start till 1. You're going to be here at 9 a.m. for fundamentals.
So Knox is complaining to the owner that he wants all the players traded for better talent, but the owner says, "No, I can't do that. We're in the middle of a season." He's like, "I probably doesn't have that kind of money."
Right, that would be a major thing.
Can you imagine trading a whole team? So Knox is forced to do press post game. And he came from Cincinnati with a winning, like a winning record, and he was baited by the announcer who was punched out by Knox because the announcer is the same guy who is the voice of the Angels. He is the home announcer for the team, and he was doing press afterwards too. And his name is Ranch Wilder. Yeah, and he was a player too.
Yes, and it seemed like they had
a history. Yeah,
but you never really find out.
You do?
Do you?
Yeah, I think I wrote it down.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, he's the villain here.
Yeah. So the older boy messes with Roger and JP at the house. Oh yeah, they were chased out of the tree by security at some point. And
my kids were like, "Why are they watching it in the tree?" I was like, "Because they don't have money for tickets, honey."
But
why? But
would that announcer
in the tree?
That security guy really give a crap at that point?
Who cares? They're outside the property. What do you care?
Right. Exactly. You got tickets for the tree? And I'm like, listen to you. Like, that's how you know this is
You can say, like, hey, kids, get down.
Yeah.
Like, that's not safe.
It's not. It's a liability for our...
Right. Yeah, you're still technically on our property, probably, but...
I put JP is the sweetest boy ever and wishes the best for everybody and says, it could happen. That's like his little...
He says it 7 times in the movie. It seems like more.
It does seem like more. Is that it? How'd you count? Oh,
I read the fact.
Okay. Gotcha.
Maybe that person was wrong. Maybe they miscounted.
Maybe.
But...
They can't count this.
Yeah, but also Roger says it too.
Yeah, he does.
Like, maybe that's what we're thinking.
And George Knox says it a couple times.
Yeah, so they do say it more often, but JP himself says it 7 times.
Roger prays that night for a family and for the Angels to win the pennant, so his dad comes back. Knox and Wilder, that's the announcer, are enemies since they were players, and Wilder took out Knox's knee with his spike when he was sliding into a thing. And he's a catcher. Knox was a catcher, so that's why it was like a big deal. Because like who takes out a catcher at home plate? So Wilder was sliding into home and he purposely spiked his knee, and that's what caused the injury for him to have to leave baseball and go be a coach instead. As a player. So
got bad blood now.
So that was a big. I'm surprised you missed that. That was a big.
My kids were chattering. I was explaining everything that was happening, so I was probably the one talking over. Like, well, this means this and blah, blah, blah.
The boys arrive to watch the Angels game on Youth Day. All the kids from the homes got, and the social services got free tickets. Tony Danza plays Mel Clark. He wants to play, but Knox says that he will never take him off the injury list, and he had him play on too many pain pills in Cincinnati. So they were on Cincinnati together, and Knox was pumping Tony Danza, Mel Clark, full of pain pills. He was a pitcher, and he blew out his shoulder and went on injury reserve, but he's really over the hill for like a baseball player.
He should retire.
But so he traded him in Cincinnati to get rid of him after he pretty much blew his whole career and got him like on this bad path. And now they're back together because Knox wasn't expecting to be traded.
Yes. Yes. He followed him unexpectedly.
Yeah, he said he's like, and I'm stuck with you again, and I'm never taking you off the injury list, and blah, blah, blah.
And he just wants to play.
He just wants
another chance.
I would collect a paycheck on the bench. That's fine.
I'd be fine and dandy with it. Although I don't know what baseball money was like in the 90s.
That's true. So there's no score in the game heading in. Well, is this pre or this is 94? So they probably filmed it at night. This is pre MLB strike.
This came out
the
month before the strike when there was no World Series in there.
Okay. So there was no World Series that year.
Mm-mm.
I didn't know that. I remembered the strike because we had tickets to a game, and like we never went to. We were going to go see the Orioles because that was for my uncle's birthday. Okay. His son was an Orioles fan, and like his team was playing the Orioles. The Detroit was our uncle's team.
Yes.
And they were playing in Baltimore, so we were all going to go for my uncle's big birthday, and we had tickets, and then the strike.
But then we did go on his.
We still went. Oh, that was later. That was another year.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like 96 or 97 then.
Okay, so this wasn't his big birthday then, because that was
Yeah. Okay. I think that was a redo because of this.
Boy, we have quite a track record with getting tickets for things, and then it all goes to heck.
We're the
to
kids
be continued. We'll talk more about that in other videos.
Okay. So there's no score in the game heading into the 6th, and the Blue Jays get a hit, and Roger sees that real angels come from the sky to help Williams, that is Matthew McConaughey, catch for the out. But only Roger saw the angels come. Mm-hmm. So what is happening, Matthew McConaughey Williams is going for this catch, and they lift him by like his armpits.
He like flies up in there, kind of hovers in midair to be able to catch the ball then. Everybody's like, wow, how did he do that? Right. But nobody's like really like, dude, how did he do that?
Right? Yeah.
They're like, oh, wow, amazing.
Christopher Lloyd appears. He's an angel. Another name, Christopher Lloyd.
Yes, we forgot Christopher Lloyd before.
And he's Al, for some reason. That's what they call him.
I didn't know if it was angels. Like.
Oh, maybe. And explains to Roger that the angels are there to help the Anaheim Angels.
There is a thing, like, LA hat, and it swaps to Al.
Oh, is that it?
I think it might be an...
LA wasn't playing in this game, though. It was Anaheim versus the Blue Jays. That's Toronto.
True. I don't know. Maybe not, though.
Okay. But I know the hat does
wore an owl hat.
Yeah. I don't know. So, this is probably a dumb question. When did, or angel, like A-L is the last two letters, or the first letter.
If it's.
When did the Dodgers move to LA?
Oh, yeah, because I know that.
But I mean, like, it was a long, long time ago, right? Okay, because they were probably there then, like, LA Dodgers. Sure. Okay.
Sure.
I'm trying to think of time frames here, people. Okay.
I'm not. Sorry. Google, I don't know.
Okay. So Mesmer is at bat for the Angels, and he breaks the bat. It's the big Babe Ruth type guy. And he breaks his bat and ball with a hit and a home run, winning the game, and Knox is in awe. I can't believe they won.
I always love that shot because they show the ball like flying through the air and it turns and you see it's torn apart.
Torn apart, and the bat broke too.
Yeah.
So JP won a picture with George Knox.
He's sitting in the lucky seat.
His ticket, and he gives it to Roger because they don't want to. He doesn't like people.
JP doesn't like strangers.
Yeah.
He doesn't talk he goes mute when he doesn't know somebody.
So as the kids are going down for this picture, they see Mel Clark on the way to the field, and Roger, and he's like, "Wow, you used to be Mel Clark," and he's like, "Yeah, kid, used to be," you know, and. Roger and George Knox are posing for this picture, which looks like a prison photo. Neither one's smiling. George doesn't want to be there taking pictures. Roger's not really a fan of...
I don't know why Roger wasn't smiling.
I think because, like, he knows George's temper. Like, he's all over the news all the time.
And Roger, he had just said to him, too, about... He mentioned the Angels at this moment. Yeah. And he was like...
He blew him off.
What are you talking about? And he's like, I saw it. And he's like, shush.
Yeah. Roger explains the Angels helped win the game to an incredulous Knox. Roger asks Maggie that night if she believes in angels, and she says yes, which settles Roger's mind. Williams tells Knox he's unsure of how he did it, the catch, the next day, and that it felt like, because he said, talk to your players, ask them, you know.
And you'll see, they're going to say something was weird.
And that it felt like someone had him by the arms, and Mesmer said it felt like someone else was swinging with him. Knox goes to see Roger to deliver the picture and asks Roger about the Angels, but doesn't believe still. Even though he personally went to deliver the picture to feel him out.
Yeah, he's definitely curious.
Yeah.
Curious George.
Curious George. Yeah. So Okay. Roger and JP are asked to come to the game and sit in the, sit near the dugout by the team. The boys are treated to Angels gear and junk food.
And now they have real seats in the stadium, too. Before they were on bleachers.
Yes, yeah, that's
when
true.
They were there for Youth Day. So they went from a tree to the bleachers to the front seats.
They're moving on up. And Knox reassigns, like, his assistant to the boys, like that he has to keep them happy.
I don't know that guy's name, but he's been in a lot of little things. Yeah.
He passed. I looked him up, and he passed in like 2015 or something like that. Yeah. But again, it's like a bunch of minor roles.
Yeah, like the sitcoms and.
But like he looks so familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in that Two of a Kind Mary-Kate and Ashley show.
Okay.
Like he was a recurring
that's
role.
why he.
So
probably,
that's why we remember him mostly.
Yeah.
But he was. I think he was in an episode of Seinfeld.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He was in a whole bunch of one-offs. Yeah. So Al appears in Roger's soda in his Coke cup, and tells him the rules that no one else can be told about the Angels.
Oops, should have told him sooner.
Yeah, probably. For real. Like, you met him once. Why didn't you say that like the first time?
Go over the rules initially.
The genie always tells the rules first. Oh. Roger tries to tell Knox, not that angels and genies are the same thing, but I was saying, like, the angels must have more faith in people. Roger tries to tell Knox about Al, and he still doesn't believe him, but has him make a signal for when the angels are around, as Knox thinks Roger's nuts still. Mm-hmm. Nuts, but we're going to pay for this kid's everything.
Right, you pay for him to sit right there, but then you get annoyed when he keeps calling you over. Yeah. Like, he was like, I can't keep coming over here the whole game. I think it's
because he was thinking of him as, like, a lucky charm. And he says that a couple times.
True.
Yeah.
I could see that.
So the boys catch Knox swearing in frustration, and Roger tells him to swear less as the Angels might not like it. So Knox goes over to the whole team and orders no more profanity from the team.
I think he curses right before he tells them to. Like, he's like,
yeah. And he says, well, that eliminates all speech for most of the team. No, because he's like, hey, no more profanity. Huh? No more swearing. Oh, okay. Okay. So, Roger then sees an angel with Hemmerling, that's Adrian Brody's character, and tells Knox to put him in even though he's like the worst hitter. Mm-hmm. So he puts him in as a pinch hitter.
And everybody's P.O.
They're booing.
Because they took out the supposed best hitter, even though they're a terrible team. How do you have a best hitter on a team that's so loosey?
Yeah. You still can have a guy that is okay.
Yeah. They don't seem to really be scoring a lot of runs, though.
Knox listens and the crowd boos, but Hemmerling gets a hit with slowed down pitch, and it bounces all over the field to elude being caught. Mm-hmm. And he gets a home run on a single, essentially, winning the game. Knox's assistant...
Al himself was there, like, hacky sacking.
Yeah, I think so. Knox's assistant is reassigned to keep the boys happy, and Knox wants them at all the home games. George Knox is going to drive the boys home after the game and does so in the team bus, as JP doesn't ride in cars. He used to live in one with his mom. Curled up on the front seat like a cat. I was like, oh my God.
No, so he can't get in cars anymore. He's too scared.
Yeah.
So Knox gets the bus.
He drives the whole full-size team bus home. I love it. As the boys get home, they find Miguel has been placed in long-term care. That's the older boy that was with them, as Maggie only has a short-term license. Mm-hmm.
It also seemed Miguel was pretty terrible, and I don't know why they're so broken.
I'd be like, good riddance, sir.
No, he was like always like teasing them and stuff.
Boys dream of parents coming back. At the next game, Roger sees an angel with Mel Clark, and immediately before the game even starts, and Roger says Mel should start the game to a reluctant Knox, who finally believes Roger sees something and puts Mel in, because he's like, he's like going like,
Yeah, he's like
massaging it.
Really rolling.
Well, wasn't that Adrian Brody too was doing that? Like
it was something like,
I think it was more Adrian. You're thinking of Adrian Brody what he was doing. Mel was doing it a little bit, but it wasn't like it was like So Clark starts his first game that decade. Is what he said. That's what Wilder said. Because he thought he got the wrong lineup in, and he's like starting Mel Clark because he wasn't even off the injury reserve list at that point. So I don't know what kind of magic they pulled.
Yeah, I don't know how you're allowed to do it.
I don't know how that's allowed to go either. But and he's like, so as Mel Clark starts his first game in this decade.
It should also be noted there are two announcers. There's what's his name?
Ranch Wild.
And then this other guy, I don't know his name. But he's like a nice up-and-coming announcer and pleasant, and Ranch just keeps shutting off his microphone.
I think because not only is Ranch really self like obsessed, but he's
arrogant,
very arrogant. But he also, I think, sees that other guy as a threat, and he doesn't want anybody else, stepping on his toes.
He just keeps walking all over this guy, shutting off his microphone. And talks over
less
him.
Is more. Yeah. Meanwhile, he's flapping his gums the whole time. Okay, so Mel is nervous, but the angel helps immediately, and Mel pitches well. Ranch Wilder is suspicious of how the Angels are winning and is abusive to his staff. He's like throwing coffee at him and stuff. It's like he's the worst. He's like pouring alcohol on his like coffee mug up there. Like he's just like drinking on the job. Mel's happy to be a winner again. After the game, Knox pitches a game to neighborhood kids per the request from JP and Roger. I said, who could get anything? They asked them for like he's like, what do you kids want? Anything like
a family.
Yeah.
Adopt me, please.
Next is a montage of angels helping angels with Al playing Take Me Out to the Ball Game on the organ. Some good plays are also done without angels to the surprise of Knox and are now one game away from clinching the division title because he's like, well, they're like angel and Roger's like, no. And he's like, oh, okay.
That's their symbol they came up with. He's going to do this whenever they see angels.
So Roger's hearing is that afternoon and must miss the game, which upsets Roger, and JP goes to the game alone. Roger is left waiting in court as his father signs away his rights to Roger, even though the Angels are one game away from the pennant. Yeah. He's like,
he's so excited because he sees his dad in court. He's like, Dad, you're here! And the Angels so much news!
Yeah, so he's like, they're one game away. He's like,
really, this is the hearing that's like, bye, I leave you forever.
What permanently takes his rights away. Yeah.
You're officially in the foster care
and they're like,
now.
You're voluntarily signing your rights away. Are you sure? Do you understand like what you're doing?
You cannot get this back.
So the Angels are lost without Roger, and JP is upset and blaming himself as Ranch Wilder overhears JP and presses him for info on Roger, and JP spills that he sees angels, that Roger sees angels, and to like the worst person you could ever tell.
Yeah, and George had been so nice to JP right before this moment. Like JP is sobbing. Yeah. He's like, it's okay.
He's like, it's all my fault. I can't see them, and Roger's not here. So, Knox is told about devastated Roger's day in court when they get back to Maggie's house with JP. And he tells Roger that his own dad wasn't around and he can't go through life thinking everyone you meet will let you down or you'll wind up like him. Like Knox. So that's another piece to the puzzle. Yeah. I'm surprised his dad didn't try to resurface when he was a famous baseball player. You know?
Probably did till the injury. And then bye again. I'm my right to it.
Knox stays despite needing to be somewhere else, and he makes dinner with the boys that night. He was supposed to go meet the owner of the team. I didn't catch that until the next scene. Yeah.
What did he make, like meatloaf or something?
Yeah,
intense. Like, it wasn't just like he threw pasta on
No, and he's like, the next scene, they're like outside. He's like, you guys like lasagna? No. What's that?
Yeah. So he's planning to cook for them again.
Again, yeah.
Gets all the warm feels.
I know. Roger is now doubting God and angels, and the next day Roger sees in the paper that real angels are reported to be helping the Anaheim Angels, and and the owner of the team fires Knox because of it.
They're winning,
and why would you
If anything, it's just giving publicity,
and it's not like the MLB is gonna come and like
you're cheating. Yeah. You got angels.
Quit praying.
Right. And wait till that happens before you fire him.
He gives them 24 hours to renounce real angels. Like, give me a break. Yeah. And this is like this weird Texan guy. Like, why do you own the Anaheim Angels anyways? Whatever. Okay.
You own what you can get, you know?
Like Homer
the
Simpson.
Denver Broncos.
Well, it's pretty good, I guess.
It's a good start. I guess. You just don't understand football, Marge.
Simpsons reference. So the next day, Knox is at the podium to make his statement, but Maggie brings Roger and JP, and instead, Knox remarks believing in a higher power helping. Because he was originally going to renounce the Angels, and then when he saw them come in, he's like, ugh, I can't say it now.
These kids, they deserve better.
Maggie speaks in support of George Knox and the importance of faith and love.
I was waiting for everybody to be like, who the hell is this lady?
Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised they let her speak.
I know. Goodness.
Mel Clark also says that he won't play for anyone but George Knox, and the rest of the team agrees and stands up for George. The owner now says that Knox can stay.
Oh, how kind.
Yeah, and now that everybody's like A-okay with it. And he hopes the Angels are on their side if they're out there. I put, what a sheep. Because he's just like, oh, everybody's okay.
Everybody likes it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm good with it too.
See, what a sheep. Roger and JP are in the dugout in the final game of the regular season.
They have uniforms.
With their names on the back,
yeah,
Roger
and JP.
For the final game of the regular season to try for the division championships with the team. Clark is having a rough start to the game, and no Angels are helping. The game is tied by Mitchell, though, in the 6th, but still no Angels have shown up. Everybody's kind of nervous. Roger's nervous.
Yeah, he's looking around.
Knox keeps asking, and he's like, no, nothing. Al arrives and informs, he's like, maybe that everybody knows about them. They won't come.
Yeah.
Al arrives and informs Roger that it has nothing to do with that. It's that no Angels are coming, as championships must be won on their own. I'm like, oh, so we can cheat the whole way to the championship.
We'll cheat our way there, and then good luck, terrible team.
Yeah. And
hope you learned something.
He's only there to check on Mel Clark, who's coming up soon.
I never understood this as a kid.
Didn't you?
No.
I did.
Watching this, I was like,
what? I actually started to tear up.
Yes.
And so I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, because what is he has cancer.
He's coming up soon. I put to heaven, as Mel smoked for years. It's never a good thing. And he's only got 6 months left, and he doesn't even know anything's wrong yet.
Because he is always like coughing and like clearing his throat and stuff.
So he doesn't know anything's wrong yet, but Al says he's only got 6 months left.
I was shocked as we were watching
I was like tearing up, and my son's like, Mom, why are you crying? I'm like, I'm not.
But again, I was giving my kids the play-by-play so they would understand everything that was happening.
Well, I did tell him that he's going to heaven.
Yeah, and I was like, well, he's going to die soon.
Yeah.
That's what? And I was like, that's what he just said.
I know.
He is? How did they know? I was like, because they're angels.
Oh my gosh. So the Angels are up 3-2 at the top of the 9th, and Knox sends Mel back in to a lot of they keep thinking they're gonna send in like another pitcher, and he's like, the other pitcher's warming up, but the relief pitcher's warming up, but they're not putting him in. I put there's a lot of bunting in this game. You never see bunting in like regular MLB baseball.
Right.
And there's like 3 bunts. Yeah, I'm like, what is going on?
They got a strategy,
Yeah. And
they don't have Angels helping them. They need to bunt.
And Mel's making errors too. Like he walked a guy or two. He hit
somebody.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He walked them. Yeah. So Clark is tired. He walks a player and bases are loaded. JP asks if an Angel is there, and Roger says no. Knox is unsure of what to do, and Mel now has 3 balls and 2 strikes, and Knox says he's going to take him out. But Roger says no, all he has to do is believe.
He's like, just give him a chance.
Yeah, because Roger knows this is Mel's last shot.
Yeah, this is really his last
This is to go out strong in his life.
Have something to make a name for himself in the end.
So Knox goes to talk to Mel, and Mel says he's got nothing left, as Roger gives the sign that an Angel is there, and George Knox is like, oh, you got 1 strike left, he's like, and the whole stadium joins in.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's such a moment.
Because at first it's like the 2 kids, and then all the players join in, and then the whole stadium
everybody,
joins.
Even like the away
people
they're all doing it.
Yeah.
And they're like, and he's like, he sees an angel. Well, he must. He's doing it.
He's like, kid sees an angel. He's like, that's the sign.
Yeah, sure. He must see it, even though there's nobody there.
And Knox like,
making him believe.
Yeah. And Knox like, it could happen,
Yeah. And
even the owner and Knox's assistant and the broadcasting box are all joining in, except for Ranch. So Ranch is in shock that Mel is staying in, and he's like, George Knox needs to be fired for this, and blah, blah, blah. So Mel pitches, and the ball is hit right to him. He catches it, and he gets the last out to win the game.
He's the hero.
Yeah, because the guy hits it, but it goes right to him, so he's able to catch it. All celebrate, and Knox tells Mel Clark it was all him and no Angel was there, and he got really excited. He was like, oh, I did it myself, and Ranch Wilder is upset and fired by the owner immediately.
This is the part I was picturing just now. It was like, ranch.
Yeah.
They're all so happy.
Yeah, everybody's celebrating.
Yes.
The kids get home and Roger's social worker called about finding him a permanent home, and he's like, and JP takes off bawling because
it's also like Maggie says it so nonchalant.
Yeah.
Like they as soon as they walk in the door, oh, by the way, we got a call. Yeah.
So JP cries and runs away as George Knox informs Roger that he's the one adopting him. And Roger's happy at first, but he's like, oh, I can't leave JP. And Knox is like, I can never leave JP. He's coming too. And JP's like, I heard that. So both boys are very excited and hug Knox. And JP finally sees Al in the window. And he knew it could happen because Al's like, he's like, oh, because the whole movie, JP's wanting to see an angel and he can't. And so Al flies away and says, we're always watching. And then that's the end of the movie.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Yes. And I just put a list of all the actors because I was like, there's so many.
There are so many names in this that you don't even realize.
No, I know.
None of them it's like early career.
I know. Like, how young did Adrian Brody and Matthew McConaughey
I didn't even recognize Adrian Brody.
I know.
Until I looked it up. I was like, oh my gosh, it is him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's going to go into the Village pretty soon, but... Any fun facts?
I'm trying to remember. There weren't a ton.
No, it's kind of, again, it's an obscure movie, but I really love this. We saw it in the drive-in.
Yes.
When I was a kid. And I remember not wanting to go see it, like, oh, it's a baseball movie. But I really liked it then, too.
So we love this. We had recorded this.
Yes, we did.
So we would watch it at home.
And, like, it was, like, it keeps you, like, interested the whole time. Mm-hmm. It's really fast-moving.
And, like, I didn't realize how many adult, like, things were happening that I wasn't processing as a kid.
Me
like,
too.
all the foster care stuff.
Oh, yeah, that totally... I didn't understand it.
Yeah, I just knew that they didn't live with their parents. I had no idea, like, what...
And I didn't know how that worked.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Very interesting.
It's a cute movie.
Very cute.
Yeah, so cute. We showed it to our kids.
We did. We have some special guests coming in for commentary today.
So we're going to invite our little friends and they can give you their opinion on this movie.
For the next gen.
Yes, Sisters in Ebert and babies.
So we'll be back in a couple minutes. And we're back.
We have our visitors here.
It's a full house here on Sisters in Ebert.
We are filling up the set here quickly.
Yay!
So we have McKinley,
who is 3, Cameron, who is 7,
Harbor, who is 4, and Hadley, who is 8.
And they all watched the movie.
Mm-hmm. Some more interested than others.
Yeah.
I think Harbor colored during most of it, yeah.
And McKinley was in the room when she saw it, but she wanted to be in with the other kids. So here we are.
Oh my.
All right, so what did you guys think of Angels in the Outfield? Who wants to talk first?
I like it. Me. I want it first. No, me.
Okay, hang on. We'll go one at a time. Hattie, you can start. Campy, keep your hands down.
I liked how we saw the angels.
You like the Angels?
Yeah.
How they were flying through the air. They're kind of silly, moving the ball around.
Yeah.
Are you picking your nose?
Ew.
Harvey, did you like this movie? Did you like Angels in the Outfield?
Yeah.
The baseball movie?
Yeah.
Because we go to baseball games sometime too, huh?
Uh-huh.
You like that? Yeah?
Yeah. My turn.
Cam Coley?
I liked it the middle and the end.
The middle.
What part about the middle?
Which part?
The angels come in and get the balls.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah.
What did you like at the end?
Coach Rogers be the dad for the 2 kids.
Coach Knox is becomes
for Roger and
for
JP.
Roger.
Yeah.
That is cool. Do you remember that part, Hans? He becomes their dad.
That was a
at
fun
the
part.
end. Yeah. Baby, did you like the movie?
Yeah.
What part did you like, baby?
The outfield.
You forget.
You forget.
The outfield.
Oh, the outfield?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the outfield.
Oh.
She like, stop doing what you're
Not
doing.
the angels in it, just the outfield.
Just the outfield, yeah. What part, is there anything about the movie you didn't like?
Ooh, good question.
I don't know.
Harbor, I remember halfway through we were like, this almost over, because it was a little long, I think, and not so interesting for someone who didn't know what was happening in it. There was a lot of little nuances.
Yeah.
What didn't you like?
I didn't like the first part.
Oh, the beginning. Yeah, he did say the beginning he didn't like, and I was because it was a little slow picking up.
Oh yeah,
at the very beginning, like yeah, and that's when they explain the whole foster parent thing and everything like that.
And like the team's really bad, and they're just arguing. You kept saying, "Why is he fighting everybody? Why is he fighting everybody?" Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Why did he punch him out?
Wait, I liked when he spilled all the things on him.
When he did what? You liked when he what?
When he spilled all the things on him.
Oh, on the assistant.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I forgot about that. JP is forever. We didn't even talk about that. JP is spilling all over that guy.
Like hot dogs. They have him sit in nachos. They spilled the whole large Coca-Cola on him.
So like by the end, he's in a poncho every day.
And he's always wearing suits, so he's on this clear poncho, so you can still see his suits underneath it.
Well, we'll get this out. Club soda.
Yeah, yes. I got soda!
Yeah. And he dumps it on his lap bed, and he's like, stand up. Walk out in front of me. Yep. Let's go. And like it's like so militarized.
If you're a parent, you've been there.
God bless you. Wow.
McKinley, is there a part that you didn't like? Oh. Is there a part of the movie you didn't like? No. Okay. You liked the whole thing. Okay. Is there anything else? Okay, we're done.
Babies, I have one.
Okay.
I like the guy sit on the nachos.
Oh,
he sat on nachos too because JP put him on his chair. Yeah. Right, and he's like, "Where are the Rogers? Where are the nachos?"
Yeah,
like, that was funny.
I think you said, Cameron, too, that you liked at the end when the angel flew up in the sky.
Yeah.
And he liked hearing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" because he's like, I know that baseball song. Is what he said. Cameron plays Little League. Right, Cam?
We're in the ball game. Give me some cheese and cracker
Cheese and Cracker Jack.
Okay. Well, we thank our little second generation viewers.
Yes,
Would you guys watch this again? Did you like it enough to see it?
Yeah! There's a sequel, I know. Angels in the End Zone.
Oh, yeah,
I've never seen it. I never saw it.
It was straight to video.
Yeah.
I like football.
Yes, you do. Are you kidding me?
I played football. You still watch me have.
Oh, yeah. And I thought you liked Travis Kelce.
Oh, yeah. And Cameron, who do you like for football? What team?
The Eagles.
Yeah, he likes the Eagles.
I like the baseball game.
You like the baseball game?
Okay.
No, Cowboys the worst.
We're losing them quickly. Okay.
McKinley said she wished we were at the baseball game again today. We went to our minor league game last week, and she.
What are you doing?
Yeah. But we thank we thank our younger viewers for joining us. If you look below at the description of this video, you will see links to Sisters and Ebert Facebook and Instagram pages, our social media. We ask you please like, follow, subscribe, and comment. Engage with us online so that we can up our views in the algorithm and hopefully make this go to more audiences than what we're getting now. We do appreciate all the support and we ask that, if you're on YouTube, to please subscribe to our channel. We'll let you know when all of our new stuff is posted. Generally speaking, on social media, we post a teaser on Fridays for our upcoming Monday movies, and then Monday is when we post to our YouTube channel with all of our new videos. So we thank you for joining Sisters and Ebert today, and second generation Sisters and Ebert, and we'll see you next Monday at the movies.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.